So you can go in our blog. You can get that utility class here. So there is a utility. So utility methods you can see here, right? You can find here that utility class and copy paste, create a class name utility and copy paste entire class in your package here. So in your package, you do a copy paste. So this is the utility class I have created under package. Right click on the package, just plain Java class. Just create a plain Java class and create that utility class. Basically, utilities will be there in this. Utilities means reusable methods. So what are the reusable methods? Let's see all these methods one by one. So here first I want to explain how to highlight the elements. How can you highlight the element? So why you want to highlight the element? So how can you type without send keys method? And these are all interview kind of questions. How you can scroll for an element? So how can you click without normal click method? Using JavaScript click, how can you click? So these are the three methods we are going to see now. So basically why you want to highlight is, for example, you are giving a demo to your wide org people, your team members or managers also there. So where the cursor is going, they cannot see if you don't highlight the element. For example, you are doing some action on the edit box, but we don't know where is the action is happening. If you highlight, so people can understand. First highlight, then type it. So the people can understand. The focus will be, on the screen. Oh, now your Selenium is doing action on this web element. You can easily understand. That's why we need to highlight it. So that purpose, we are going to use this code, public static void highlight element. So WebDriver driver. So these are the parameters I'm taking, web element. So for this method, I need to give two parameters. One is a driver variable, another one is a element variable. So parameters, these are parameters. So two parameters I need to give for this method. So JavaScript executor is interface. So, and I am assigning a driver value to JavaScript executor. So when you assign a driver variable to JS script, and so you can, because the driver is of type, what type? WebDriver type. But JS is of type JavaScript executor type. It won't match, right? Mismatch will come. So then you need to typecast it. What is the typecasting? Java first classes I explained this typecasting. So mouse over type mismatch cannot convert from WebDriver to JavaScript executor. Is this a type mismatch or not? How you can solve that? You convert right side variable to left side data type format. That is the definition, right? So I'm applying that definition here. That's it. You can solve the problem. So this is the typecasting Java concept I'm using here. Then JS.execute script of arguments of 0 dot set attribute style background yellow. So border solid 5 pixel red I'm setting on this element. So on this element. So that's the first method. Then I'm waiting for some time. Then I'm setting back to same element. I'm setting back to white. So I don't want first yellow background yellow, it will highlight, and border will be highlight in the red color. After 5 seconds, it will change it on the same element. This set attribute method you are using. This is all JavaScript code. This is all JavaScript code. Okay. That's how to highlight the element. And second one, how can you type without using send keys method? I don't want to use send keys method. How can you type it? So I created a simple method. So public static void set attribute, okay, or type without send. You can give any name, okay. I just given the set attribute. And web element, string attribute name, string str. So these are the 3 input data I need to give for this method. So there is a ReusableDriver interface, wrapped element equal to web element you are passing. This is also again typecasting we are doing. So because the element is of type web element interface, but this variable is of type ReusableDriver interface. That's why it won't match. That's why I'm doing a typecasting. Again, JavaScript executor JS equal to JavaScript executor, this wrapped element dot get wrapped driver. You're getting the driver basically from the element. Then again, JS dot execute script, arguments of 0 dot set attribute of arguments of 1 comma arguments of 2. So this is the first argument. That means arguments of 0. In this argument 1, 0 argument, I am setting this str value in this argument 2. So argument 1 is the attribute name. So which attribute generally value will go store is a value attribute. So whatever you type, that value will go and store in the value attribute. So here you can give second attribute name is a value and str. So you can give that. So set attribute, you can take it. This is the how you can set the value in the edit boxes without see anywhere did we use a send case method here? No, but it will type there whatever the value you are giving. This is the value you are giving, and in this attribute it will store on this element. So that's the one. How can you scroll for element? I have already given this code. So you have to give driver and element name. So it will scroll for this element until this visibility. Arguments of 0 dot scroll into view true. So until this element is visible. So then how to click? So without normal click method. So wherever normal click is not working, you can use JavaScript click. So for this, you have to give driver variable and web element. So try catch block I'm using a single try, multi catch block. So this is the Java concept, right? This is the Java concept. So if element is enabled and element is displayed, then JavaScript executor JS equal to JavaScript executor of driver. JS dot execute script arguments of 0 dot click method. An element on this element you click it. So first stale element reference exception, no such element exception. So these are the WebDriver exceptions. So they will ask you in the interview, what are the different type of exceptions now seen in the WebDriver? Stale element reference exception, no such element exception, timeout exception. We have seen, right, all this. And these exception names you can give in the interview if they ask you also. And when you will get a stale element reference exception, element is no more attached to your web page. So that means that is not loaded yet, but still WebDriver is going and looking for that. Previously it is recognized. Again, you refresh it the page for some purpose, and immediately Selenium is going and looking for that same element, the old element. The old element is so you're looking, and the new element is not loaded yet. And such cases you will get a stale element reference exception. So how to solve is you can use an explicit wait command. WebDriver wait you can use. No such element exception means, for example, the element you are not able to recognize with a given locator, then you can use a no such element exception. And finally, all these two exceptions are not there. The root class will take care of any other exception occurs. So this is the one try block multi catch block. I'm using all the Java concepts here. This is how you need to create the methods. Lot of methods you need to create. That's why I'm telling methods you practice. More methods practice is important. Yeah. So that's all about JavaScript related methods.